It's the local spotlight show here at WJBM Studios in Jerseyville, Illinois, the voice of the Tri-Counties. I'm Chris Lords, and I'm your host. And my guest today, Tom Smith from the Wellness Center. Welcome, Tom.
Well, thank you very much, Chris. Good to be here.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Are you?
Oh, always fun to sit and talk about wellness and fitness for sure.
Now, Tom, where'd you grow up?
So I grew up in South Dakota. So
South Dakota?
South Dakota, where it's nice and cold and fairly flat, but up in the very northeast corner, right, kind of close to Minnesota. So I'm from there originally, and happened to move. Actually, I started off as my career as a high school math teacher.
In South Dakota?
In South Dakota. Happened to meet a beautiful Missouri girl, so I ended up in Missouri.
Where'd you meet her at?
Met her at a ball game. So I was in Kansas City one weekend just following some baseball, and ended up moving down to Missouri, ended up getting married.
Wow, that's crazy.
So that's kind of my start.
So how long have you and Julie been married?
We just celebrated 36 years here in August. So,
and you have a daughter.
Yep, one daughter who pretty much has lived in Jerseyville her whole life. We moved here when she was 3, and she's 29 currently.
Yeah,
so
same age as George.
Yep.
Elena.
Yep. So.
Yeah. Now, South Dakota, when you were growing up, I mean, were you kind of like a cowboy, South Dakota? I mean, were you living out in the sticks?
I lived in the city. The city would be about the size of Carrollton, about a town of like 3,000 or 4,000.
Yeah.
And so kind of a city life, always dreamed about milking cows with all my friends, but nope, I was
Were you a hunter?
Guy.
Did you hunt?
Did a little pheasant hunting, of course, and some duck hunting.
Okay.
So lots of water around.
Do you get back there much?
I just was there this weekend. My mom still lives at home where I grew up, so I try to get home a couple times a year at least.
So you're a math teacher and for a few years in high school?
Yep, teaching.
And then how did you get into the exercise thing?
So I was teaching and coaching for the most part. So
What'd you
was fun. I was every year I coached football, coached basketball a couple of years, baseball a couple of years.
Okay.
So, and I played all of those sports in high school. So, those were all familiar. And then I got to a point where I'm like, if I keep teaching, I might not like it as well. So I convinced my wife to go back to graduate school. So I went back to the University of Missouri, and I have a master's degree in exercise science from the University of Missouri. So that was kind of my start in my career. And then when I graduated there, I worked in Columbia a couple of years, mostly in the cardiac rehab program, working with people that had post-surgery events for cardiac surgery. So,
okay.
And that was interesting, but it was kind of the same thing on a different day. So,
yeah.
And I started to get a little bit so I worked at the hospital in Columbia, and started to get into some more overall fitness for weight loss and other health issues. And that really became my focus. So I really feel like my whole interest in exercise is helping people that have health issues. If it might be heart issues, or it might be weight, or might be that injury. Could also be, I've got high blood pressure. I want to work on my blood pressure or my diabetes. So a lot of it's those kinds of things, helping with mobility. So
how'd you end up in Jerseyville?
Just happened to get lucky.
Yeah.
So I was talking to one of our equipment vendors, and he said there was a new place in Jerseyville coming. So I sent my application in, and Larry Bear was kind enough to hire me at that point. So,
well, that's great. You've been there. You've been here. The Wellness Center's been going for like 26 years.
Yep. We will celebrate our 26th anniversary.
And you were right there at the beginning.
I was there at the beginning. So 26 years in October. I moved in February before we opened. So I helped set policies and buy equipment and help a little bit with the layout of there was a few little tweaks of the building I was able to do. And then, hired all the staff and all of those. But
the building was built the same size. It's never been added on to.
Right. The building's never been added on to. So it's been the same.
It was a nice design. 26 years ago, it was still pretty good design.
It was cutting edge at that point. The fact that the people in our hospital decided that they were going to build a fitness and wellness center in Jerseyville was way ahead of its time 26 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, they were really forethinkers. And it started off that they got a nice large donation from an estate that was able to help that occur. But it's really quite an event that they decided to do that.
And the wellness center at Jerseyville Health Center, it's different than just a typical gym, right? I mean, I think it is.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, it's. I mean, there's a lot of places you can go to work out, but what are some of the things that make it different?
Well, I agree with you, Chris. It's quite. I'll say it's quite different. So one of the things that our focus is, we're interested in people improving their health. So, being affiliated with the hospital is one big difference. It's nice when, we have some of our physicians encourage their members or their patients to come see us. And then also if we have people that need health care, we kind of can send them back, to a doctor, to a lab test, to a physical therapy appointment. So that's one nice feature. But I do think that, we have pretty knowledgeable staff. I think that's a big part of it. So we've got some staff that have been there a long time and are pretty smart in what they're doing, so we work well with our therapy department as well. So, if somebody needs some things like that, that's helpful. Our swimming pools definitely set us apart. A lot of people may have a pool, but our therapy pool is very unique. And we get people that drive a decent distance. I have people that drive from Wood River and Campsville, and we've had people that drove down from Whitehall before to take classes in our pool. So that really, those are probably some of the big differences.
And the lap pool's a nice size.
Yeah, it's a 25-yard pool, designed really for lap swimming. So and it works out great. It's got a nice gradual bottom, so we can do some workout classes in there as well.
Have you ever held any swim races in there?
We haven't. We at one time looked at doing like a swim team. And,
I didn't know if anybody ever presented at high school.
We did look at that. One of our problems is it's not deep enough to do diving. So like you can't have a competitive swim team necessarily because of the diving, and even the flip turns. It's a little shallow to do some of that. So
I got you.
It would be a little tough on that. So.
What are some of the changes? Or have you had any changes in 26 years, or has it pretty much always been just the way it is right now?
There's the building itself has been pretty consistent, but I think one of the things that's really changed is our programming. We've had. I would like to think that we're not necessarily following all the latest trends and fads that are going on, but previously we'd offer a lot of cycling or spinning classes, and those have kind of gone to the wayside for us a little bit. Just some of the equipment that we've ended up purchasing has been a little different. So, people, all of a sudden strength training became really a lot more popular, so there's always been things that we found that have been a need, and we always are having to debate space and cost and how many people are going to use a piece of equipment, so. I always get requests for the latest class in the aerobics room. Hey, we want to do, this. Well, I can't afford to buy a bunch of, poles or TRX machines or whatever. So those are always the challenges.
But as far as lifting goes, you got the heavyweight room, all the weights, and then you got the machines, which is nice. And a variety of different types of cardio equipment.
So
nice.
Part of our situation there is, because when we first opened, we were the only place in town and really in our region, and there were no other fitness facilities anywhere close other than Alton. And so, we did serve pretty much the whole age gamut of everyone. And so that always creates a little challenge because you got to find things that a senior can do. Somebody who's going through physical therapy, our PT department uses a lot of our strength equipment and cardio equipment. So we've got to find things that seniors can do, what kids can do. We have a fairly lenient kid policy where 10 to 13-year-olds can use our facility with adult supervision.
Okay.
And that's very lenient. It's not unusual to see 16 be the age where people can work out. So,
I see.
So just trying to meet the needs of different people. So really, I think that we can handle serious athletes and people just trying to better themselves for their health.
Hey, if you're just joining us, I have Tom Smith with me. I know you're the head guy there. What's your actual title?
My official title is I'm the director of the Wellness Center.
Director of the Wellness Center, yes. And been there for 26 and a half years from the very, very beginning. That's great. Some of the classes, which are now Brenda, she loves the yoga class. She goes to the yoga class religiously, what other things do you have going on?
So we have a couple of different things there. So we have classes on land, and we used to be called aerobics. Now the official word probably would be group fitness. So we have a lot of different things in our group fitness room. So we do yoga classes, we do Tai Chi classes. In fact, just as I was leaving, we have a Tai Chi class that's kind of controlled, slow movement, and it's really fun because we have a bunch of, I'll say, older gentlemen. Somehow they got all involved, and so I've got a bunch of older gentlemen in a Tai Chi class. It's super fun to watch. So,
hey, what is Tai Chi?
Tai Chi is kind of using your mind to move your body in slow, controlled movements. It's really
not
excellent.
Like karate or anything.
Nope, it's a slow pace. So it's
really kind of like yoga.
It's kind of different? Like moving yoga, exactly
moving
right.
Yoga.
So I call it slow motion yoga.
Okay, all right. I think I know what you're talking about now.
Great class for balance and strength. And so
who teaches that?
Margie Sinclair Parrish he's a retired Lewis and Clark instructor and a great yoga instructor or Tai Chi instructor. So, and Betsy Smith also teaches Tai Chi for us.
How about now? If somebody takes a class, do they have to pay if they're a member?
So if they are members, almost all of our classes, there's a very rare occasion there's an extra fee. It would have to be something super unique and special. But for the most part, all of our classes are part of a membership. So, right. and you could participate like Tai Chi is one. Tai Chi is one of the very few that we even register for because it's learning a sequence of moves. And so you really need to do the whole series. And so that is one we register for. And we do let non-members pay a fee for that as well.
But you have a group strength
So we
class?
have, I teach a strength training class. We have all kinds of different cardio classes. We have some step aerobics. We have just more of a dancey class that Larry and Amy have been teaching forever, Z-Blast. We have just a variety of kind of circuit classes, combination of weights and cardiovascular training. So there's a whole variety. And then we also have quite an extensive number of senior classes, Silver Sneakers classes, the trademark class that we do. So there's a lot of variety and different things that we do all the time.
And you have quite a few pool classes, too.
And we also do a lot of pool classes. So we have classes in our lap pool. The lap pool classes are going to tend to be a little more high energy, a little more aerobic in nature. Not totally, but certainly a little heavier. Then the classes we do in our other pool, which is about 4 or 5 probably degrees warmer than the lap pool, is our therapy pool. Those are going to be more range of motion, flexibility. We actually do water yoga in there and several like arthritis classes and things of that nature.
And throughout the year, do you ever teach any lifeguard classes?
So we do. We actually rent the pool out to a couple of lifeguard instructors, and they offer lifeguarding classes. Usually those are in the spring, kind of gearing up for the summer swim season.
Several years ago, I'm going to say 10 years ago, we took as a family, we took your scuba class. A guy came in, taught scuba over the weekend, and that was really cool.
So those are some of those really unique things that we do. So it wasn't something I was planning on doing, and somebody approached us about offering a scuba class, and we've done that. I think probably twice now that we've done a scuba class in our facility.
And Brendan and I have went to Mexico several times, diving, and just had a blast. So That was cool. And you also have the sauna. That sauna's nice.
We do have a sauna. So there's been a kind of a big resurgence in the use of a sauna. We have a lot of people have just recently.
Your sauna's great. You got a good sauna.
It is nice. You know, it's a dry heat sauna, and it gets nice and warm. And can handle. It probably says it's about 4 people, but I would think it's a little snug if there's 4 of you in there. But you can handle it. So
4's okay.
Yeah. So
but
it's
usually, usually it's maybe 2 or 3.
Right.
Yeah.
And we keep that on our pool deck. That's something that, space has always been an issue. Our needs have changed over 26 years, but our building hasn't. So we've always had to kind of figure out where to put that. But we've had that sauna for quite a while, and it's been a good addition to our facility.
And I bet there at the Wellness Center, you were probably one of the few wellness centers, workout where they have a pool that actually somebody got baptized in it.
Yeah, well, one of those really unusual stories. So I had a gentleman reach out to me.
Did you do the baptism?
I did not. That did not me. We did that actually when we were closed, but we had somebody reached out to us that they typically do submersion baptism, and they had somebody that had a physical condition that they couldn't use what they had at their church, and so we were able to accommodate that person after our hours.
Well,
it was great that we were able to do something like that for people.
That's perfect. And I guess people in wheelchairs. My brother Matt, when he was in a wheelchair, he used to go and use your pool.
That's one of the really nice things about our therapy pool is we do have total wheelchair accessibility.
It is very nice.
Have an aquatic wheelchair that people can roll into the pool and use that. So
and you have the nice whirlpools in the locker rooms.
Right. So we have 2 separate whirlpools in our locker rooms, and those are also super nice. And keep them clean. One of our staff does a really good job of maintaining doing our chemicals and stuff, and keeps our pools nice and clean.
Yeah, but that's a job.
It is a job.
Keeping that much water.
Pools are unfriendly if you don't pay attention to them. So we have to test them twice a day, and they do take a little bit of work, but we do a pretty good job keeping those and maintaining those.
And you do massages. You have massage therapy.
Yep. I've got 3 ladies who do massage out there. So pretty much, I won't say all the time. We don't have a lot of people that are later in the evening, but we do have, for the most part, most days of the week through the week that I've got availability of someone to do that.
I have a question for you, Tom. What would you say is the busiest time on a typical week? What timeline?
I'm going to say we have 2 times that I would say are consistently busy.
Yeah.
Probably our busiest time was going to be between 8 and 11 in the morning.
Okay.
Those are going to be a lot of our retirees tend to come then. We tend to offer the majority of our classes during that time because we get a lot of people that come. And then we also have shift workers, stay-at-home moms that are coming in during those times as well. So,
okay. What's the other time?
The other time I would say is our early morning.
Oh, early. Not 5 o'clock.
Not 5, and we're busy in 5 in the afternoon, but I would say that is the most fickle time, meaning that time tends to come and go depending on the season for the most part.
But you're saying at 4. I was actually very early there this morning.
Yep.
And I noticed, there's quite a few.
We have a really good, committed group of people that come in between, I'll say, 4:30 and 6. Those are people that are busy with work, busy with kids, so they carve out a time in the morning, and so that tends to be a really consistent time for them. It's easier to be consistent when, spouse has the kids taken care of, or before work, before meetings, all those things. So. Less things come up in the morning. I
know you got a great staff, and could you just mention a few of them?
Yep. So we've been open, it'll be 26 years this October, and we have only 4 full-time people, and of those 4, 3 of those have been with me since we opened our doors. Jen Lyles
Isn't that something?
Kind of our program
coordinator.
He
must be a great boss.
Well, they make my job easy. I will say that. So
that's good.
Jen Lyles has been with me from the very beginning. Started off as a college student, just working part-time, and then has been full-time since she got out. and does a great job with programming and training and teaching classes. She really leads our group fitness program, so she's training a lot of instructors and recruiting people to teach. And one of the challenges in a small community is that we've had to train a lot of our instructors, and so Jen does a really great job in working with people and helping people get motivated. If you need motivation, Jen Lyles is your person.
All right.
Super motivating. Jim Fry is Mr. Steady. He's the one that takes care of our pools, really. And he also does a really good job orienting people to the fitness area. Really takes care of our seniors a lot and does a nice job in that area. And then Janelle Ritter's she's only been there for 17 years. I mean, so she's not kind of the newbie on the block, but Janelle does an amazing job of really taking care of our customers and multitasking. It can be one of those jobs where you sit around and not do anything for 20 minutes, and then you do 6 things at one time. So it's kind of a challenging job, and Janelle does a really good job of kind of managing all of those things. So
yes, it seems
good.
so. Yes.
And then one of the other fun things for me is that, over the years we've hired countless numbers of college and high school kids to be lifeguards and front desk workers, and so now some of those people are 40, 45 years old, and I've actually in the last year I've hired 2 of my former staff's kids, so that's how I know I'm getting older.
So, what's the hours?
So we're open every morning through the week at 4:30, Monday through Friday. We're open till 9 through the week, and Fridays we do close at 8. And then our Saturday and Sunday hours are 7 to 4 on Saturdays and 10 to 4 on Sundays.
I see.
So
yeah, well,
pretty accessible.
Yeah, very accessible.
We've kind of debated the whole concept of being key card access, but with our swimming pools, that creates a little bit of a challenge. And
what is membership costs?
So memberships are generally kind of our normal monthly rate. It's $40 for an individual, and we charge for a couple, which would be any 2 family members. And when we use the word family, it's your immediate dependents, husbands, wives, and dependent kids.
And then it's
usually 52, and then it's 64 for a family.
I see.
So 3 or more people in a family.
Yeah, that's very reasonable. And then how about for seniors?
So seniors is pretty much $10 less than the regular rate. So an individual senior would be $30, and then a couple senior would be $42 a month.
Right.
So we also have there's a lot of people out there that have seniors in particular that have some benefits on their insurance program. So if you have an Advantage insurance program, typically they offer free fitness membership. And so we do participate in most of those programs. So my Janelle is the person that kind of handles those and checks variability or checks eligibility for people that may have that option on their insurance program.
Well, Tom, it's been a pleasure having you in studio today. Been very educational for me.
Perfect.
And I didn't realize you came from South Dakota.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful place to be.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in, and have a great day.
Thanks, Chris.